Hey guys, welcome back to another Moondog Trading video. Tonight's video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Cardano, Solana, Shiba, and Avalanche in that order. First, we're going to start on the Bitcoin chart. This is a daily chart. Each candle represents a day. And with that said, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is just my opinion, educational purpose only. Now, I did a video 2 days ago. We talked about this breakout, and this would be our area of concern for any kind of rejection. I drew this trend line. If we broke this trend line, then we would retest this area, this trend, and all that worked out. But then we had this failure right here, and we broke to the downside. Now, with that being said, we were looking for a bounce anywhere from 41,450 to 40,900. That failed. When that failed, this was the area that I already had as my area. I had the box over here. All I did was I just moved it so you guys can see it better right there. So we still had this area anywhere from 39,600 to 38,700. And we pretty much got in that area, and we're hanging out in that area now. Now, with that being said, I went over to the 15-minute chart here. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. And what I did was, I'll zoom in for you guys, okay? And I just took a fib, and I took the high to low. So we got the high of this 15 because this is a new daily candle, okay? So the daily candle happened, let's say, 3 hours ago? So, and then I took it to the low, and look what, guys, it matches up perfectly with the high. So we got rejected right at our fib. So the first thing I want to do is see us break this fib anywhere from 39,300 to 39,350 area. Let's see if we can get like an hour candle closing above there, and then get above this area right here, coming in around 39,735 area. If we can do that, maybe we can get some kind of little short-term reversal, even for a short-term trade, and make some money. And my first target would be this 48 or 40,900 area. Okay, so that would be my first target for that. I believe that was it. Let's go back and look. Sorry, guys. I made like 3 of these videos, and they all failed. So hopefully this one works. Yeah, you can see we kind of hit that high right there. So let's break that area. And then what I want to see in the daily, guys, this is just short-term action I was just talking about. But on the daily, first of all, I want to see this 38,700 area hold. And I also want to see us get a daily candle closing above this 50-day moving average that's coming in right around 40,257. Because you could see when we don't do that and we fail, we break down, you can see, look at this downfall from here all the way to 60,000, all the way down to 34,000, and so forth. And then we did it again here, where we just had this break here, which was 47,000, all the way down to 39,000. Then we had this big break up here, which was from 56 all the way down to 28. So the 50-day moving average means a lot. You can see when we're above it, we like to make these runs. But when we're below it, things don't look too good. And right now, we ended up breaking below it. So first thing I want to do is get back above that 50-day moving average to stay bullish. Let's hold these areas. What we could do, because they like to do this with Bitcoin, guys, is they like to bring it down. And you remember I talked about this area right here, and I thought we would hit it, but we held up by the trend here, which was at 36,600 to 36,300 area. Actually, I have 36,369, but anywhere in that area. But let's just say 36,300 because they like to wick it. So I talked about, I was shocked that they didn't bring it there on this red candle here. So now what I'm thinking is they might try to break this trend, okay, like they did here. See how they broke the trend, scared everybody, and brought it back up? Kind of the same concept, but hitting this area and breaking the trend and bringing it back up. Now, if we break the trend, okay, say we break that trend. If we break this trend and we come down and we get this bounce and we get rejected off of this, then we would look for the downside move. What we want to do is break up into this trend, get a daily candle closing back into this and pushing back to the upside. Okay. So my first target would be this 40,900 and this 450 area. Okay. So those would be my first targets to the upside. And then any rejection there and not a daily candle closing above there, then I can see this thing rolling over and setting up for more downside. Okay. Right now, is it looking good? No, it's not looking good. Let's look at some of the indicators here on Bitcoin real quick. What do we got? Well, first of all, we're going to look at this indicator. So the stochastic it'll continue to go to the downside on the daily as long as it'll cross to the downside if we get below 38,396. Currently, right now, of course, we're above that. So we're still moving to the upside on the stochastic, which is positive. But the negative is we do have bearish divergence right here on the RSI. So that is not good. And when we get across, so say if we get under this 38,396 area, we could see a bigger move to the downside. Because I'm going to give you an example right here, guys. Look, last time we got across here on the stochastic and we got bearish divergence. We'll go over just a little bit, like we'd go over here. And you can see, I'm just going to chart this green chart. Look at this, guys. We hit 45,830 area. Then we came all the way down to this 34. Okay. And I'm just giving you one example, but that's the type of things that can happen when you get both of those combinations combined. When you get both of those combinations combined, then yeah, you could see that more downside. All right. Also on the MACD will continue to fall as long as we're below 41,050, okay, which we currently are. So as long as we stay under that, the MACD will cross to the downside on the daily. So the daily is looking a little bit shaky right now. All right. What else? What else do we have on Bitcoin? Oh, the weekly. Let's go to the weekly chart real quick, guys. The reason I spend so much time on Bitcoin is because Bitcoin runs a chart. If Bitcoin makes a move, your altcoins will make a move. That's just how the market goes, unless you just get some small cap that gets some pump or something like that. But we're talking about main coins. That's why I pick Ethereum, Matic, Cardano, Solana, Shiba, and Avalanche, because it's a mixture of all these different. We got a small cap here. We got the bigger caps here. We got some good DeFi. We got Matic that goes with Ethereum. So this is why I pick these coins a lot, guys, because these are really good coins. When the market starts to move, you can make some really good trades off of these, okay? But right now, look what we have on the weekly, all right? So the weekly chart, what we don't want to see is by Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we don't want to see a weekly candle closing under 37,500. If we do, then we could see more downside, and we could, test these targets around this 35,500 to 35,300, and then even go lower down here. But we're not there yet. So let's see what happens on that weekly. Now we're going to move to Ethereum. Guys, we got Ethereum here. What do we have? This is the daily chart. Each candle represents a day. I drew a fib top to bottom. So the first target I'd want to see is get past to get a little bit bullish. Well, first of all, is the 50-day moving average, just like Bitcoin, which is coming in right around 28, 26. I want to see a daily candle closing above that. Now, that'll slowly move down as the price goes down. It does that with Bitcoin too, guys. So keep that in mind. So that could change. But one of my first targets to the upside, if we get something like this happens and everybody gets bullish and we get rejected in this area and come down, that would be bearish. So what I would like to see is get a daily candle closing above this 2790 area, and then maybe we could push past this trend. We got rejected twice. We talked about this rejection area in my last video coming in around 3,044. We got rejected there and downhill. I always don't like it, guys. Anytime you see it, a 6 hour or 4 hour candle closing under the 50 on the daily, that is not a good sign. Excuse me. That is not a good sign, okay? Now, with that being said, I had this area right here, this 2530 area on my last video, and this 2159, but I didn't have this, which I should have had, guys, because I had it on my Coinbase chart. If you guys don't know, I was using Coinbase. I switched over to Binance because I got to clean up my Coinbase charts, but I still like having my Coinbase charts. And yeah, this is a nice area of support where we're getting a current bounce offer right now, which is 2574. Okay, so you can see a touch point here, touch point here, touch point here, touch point here, and then we can go back and we got a another touch point back here. Where was it? Was it right here? Anyways, guys, this is good support right here, right now. So what I don't want to see is a daily candle closing above that or below that 2574. If we do, then we could see this area here anywhere from 2526 to 2475. If that doesn't hold, then we could see the 2320 area. All right, but right now we are at the point of control for this volume area right here. You can see the bigger volumes up here, but the volume area in this area, the point of control is right where we're at right now. So if we do break below that, then yeah, we could see that downside. That's why that is a key area. Okay, so that's for Ethereum. Matic, what do we got for Matic, guys? Matic, well, we got the death cross that we talked about, okay, where the 50 is crossing underneath the 200, okay? So this red line is going underneath. So this is the death cross. It is confirmed. That is not a good sign. But usually the death cross, it plays out. So could we get a move to the upside and this could flip? That could easily happen depending on what Bitcoin does and Ethereum does. You got to remember that runs the market. So I do have a fib here. So my first area that I would like to see is break to the upside is 153 to 155. I would really like to see the 155, getting a daily candle closing above there, and then maybe pushing back above this 160 area. If we can do that, maybe we can test this trend, and then we can worry about the 50-day moving average and see where that's at. Also to the downside, let's just see if this 40 or 140 holds up, okay? If 140 doesn't hold up, then yeah, we could see a little bit. Is there a fib that we can do here? Let's see. See if we can get a fib from here to here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so the 140, basically the 142 to 140 area, that would be the area I'd look for if we could see any kind of bounce there. If not, then the 130, 131 would be on deck, okay? So that's what I'm looking at for Matic. Cardano, we're just dancing around our fib. We can zoom out here. We got this fib at 83, which we're currently at right now. So let's see if we get a bounce there. Also at this 81 and the 78. So if that fib doesn't hold at 83, we get a daily candle or 4 or 6 hour candle closing under that 83. Then yeah, we could look for this 81 and 78 target. And if that fails, then yeah, I would be looking at that 68 range. But we're not there yet, guys. Let's see if these two hold. To the upside, what do we have? Let's take a high to a low. Let's see if we can get back above this area right here, 91 to 92. If we can do that, first 88. First, we want to see a 6 hour, 12 hour close above 88. Then we can push up to 91, 92, and then maybe start pushing up to these higher levels. All right. And then maybe fight this 50-day at some point when it starts to come down. All right. So that's what I'm looking at for Cardano. Solana. Guys, Solana, right now we're looking at this area right here at 85. Let's see if this, 84.28, if you want to be exact. But 84, let's see if this 84 holds up. If the 84 doesn't hold up, then we could see this 80 and 75. And if that's 75, then we could be looking at 65. But those are my targets to the downside. To the upside, I would like to see us. Let's see, is there a fib? Did I draw a fib? Let's look. Yes, there was a fib. So 89, I want to see get back above 89. Okay. And then if we can do that, Maybe we can push up to this 95. And then if we can get past that 95, I would like to see this 106 area on this fib finally get a daily candle closing above that. But we also have the 50-day moving average coming down. So we got to watch where that ends. Now this can move sideways and the 50-day can come down, so it could get lower. But we definitely want to see a daily candle closing above that as well. All right. So let's move on to SHIB Army, SHIB Nation. We are in this bullish pattern. We are getting, wow, we're currently getting a nice little bounce of positive here. Coming in at the 23 mark, you can see I marked it here. We got nice support right here. And then my next line of defense would be 2250 and then 2000. And if we get a daily candle closing under this area right here, guys, under this 2250, then we could just be trading in this range right here, which is just in this box right here. Okay. And if we break that box and we get a daily candle closing, then we could trade in this lower part of the box. All right. So everything is levels. So let's see if the 23 holds up. If that, let's see if the 2250 holds up. If not, then my next level of defense would be that 2000. All right. To the upside, let's just see if we can get above 26, get a daily candle closing above 26, which would clear the 50-day on top of that. And that's my fib. And then maybe we could push up and test this trend and get above this 28 and get a daily candle close. Not a wick, but a daily candle closing above there. Then maybe we can push a little bit higher. Okay. What do we got next? Avalanche. Guys, Avalanche is in a beautiful pattern right now here. What I would like to see first off is I would like to see this area at 72 hold up. If that doesn't hold up, then I would look for 68 and 64. Okay. To the upside, I want to see us get a daily candle closing back above 80 to 81. And we do have a lot of resistance right here because we're currently getting another death cross right here. Man, this is crazy. But yeah, we want to break back above these two moving averages. And then what can happen is the 50 can flip back above it and turn this death cross into actually a golden cross really quick if we can get a move to the upside and get a daily candle closing above that 78 and holding, okay, and going higher. So let's get above this 80 to 81 and then test this trend. Now, if we do wick to the downside, guys, what we don't want to see is this trend to be broke. If we want it to be bullish, you want to see this go back up into this area, okay, and then hold it. Now, the bear side of things would be if we wick this area, come down, and then we come up and we get rejected, okay, on this trend. We don't want to see that. But our main trend is this red line right here. I want to see us break this red line at some point. I don't care if it's down here, over here, wherever. We want to break this red line and get a move to the upside. That's what we're looking for. I just moved my whole box. But to break trend, okay? To break trend, that's what I want to see. All right? Let's see. Did we talk about everything? I think we did. We covered everything. So listen, guys, this is a new channel. It's about 6 months old. So make sure you guys sub to my channel, hit the bell, hit the all so you don't miss any of my videos, so you're prepared for these type of moves and you guys know what you're looking at. And you can see here on Bitcoin on the daily, we're still in my zone. So none of this, we had this zone. Everything in crypto trades in ranges. So we had this range in this area, and this is where we're at. Okay, so I was hoping we could get a bounce here, but guys, when you see these things fail, you don't buy it unless you see a reversal happening. Okay, so if you see the bounce and then we break back above here and we break, I was waiting for this moment right here. Okay, I know sometimes you got to buy higher to be bullish in certain patterns. If you miss the bottom, guys, if you miss the bottom, you can't just, you don't want to just buy into things. You want to make sure you're buying into something good, or you got a nice little setup like the stochastic here, where we get we get this bullish divergence with a cross, and we could draw a line here. I'm running out of time, guys. Make sure you guys sub, hit the bell, hit the all. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on everything. Much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and peace out.